Well done, you are welcome back. We are back into classroom after 5 minutes of recess. We are talking about character and how to develop character. We've been able to establish some things which I believe you can develop on. I know you have a lot of questions. You are free to come to the platform, ask the question, then we discuss everything together. And if you want to make it private, you can private chat me. I know this is a deep thing that is more personal. Now, in this session, we want to talk on how to restore broken character. Maybe you've not known this before, and you are just getting through the lecture, and you've broken your character already, and nothing remains. I want to come back to start ministry. We want to let people start seeing you as a child of God, and we want to start ministering this gospel to people. How do you restore your broken character? That is what we want to discuss. How do you come back after your character has been fractured? After your character has been fractured. How do you come back after your character has been destabilized by anything? So I'll be focusing on the process of restoration, character restoration. And I can say this is probably one of the most difficult experiences ministry leaders have been having, because initially we've been trained that we cannot make mistakes. We've been trained on how to succeed. In fact, in this part of the world, we are only trained how to succeed. Nobody has ever trained us how to fail effectively. We were trained how to succeed, not how to fail. So immediately you hear that somebody failed, you see that person as, oh, God has forgotten him. He cannot make it in life. Well, that was how we were trained. That's how we were trained. We've never been trained how to fail effectively. And I think that's the problem. So immediately somebody failed, just forget that person. You cannot make it. We even forgot that it can still come up. So you have to learn how to succeed. You have to learn how to fail, and also what to do with failure. You have to learn it. You have to learn. Don't learn how to succeed alone. Learn how to fail and what to do. What to do with failure. Write it down. No. We have to learn how to succeed. We've been taught that for quite a long time, from our primary school age. But today, nobody taught us how to fail. And nobody taught us what to do with failure. They didn't even teach us in school. Talk less of church. And you need to know how to fail. And you need to know what to do with failure. You know what to do. So, and that's why today, only 1 or 2% of leaders, either in ministry or in contemporary world, came back and survived after they fell. Let's come to ministry. Only 1 or 2% of leaders, ministry people, came back and survived after they fell. They fell, they are gone. In fact, we even teach people that so far they've fallen, God has replaced them. And it's not scriptural. Only they didn't know how to come back. And we were not even taught how to fail effectively. Now, um, let's learn few things. One of the foundation of leadership is character. Write it down. One of the foundation of ministry or leadership. Let me do it that way. One of the foundation of ministry or leadership is character. Number two, the most important component of ministry is character. Write it down. One of the foundation of ministry is character. Number two, the most important component of ministry is character. Write it down. It's not power. It's not skill. It's not authority. It's character. It's not competence. The most important component of ministry is not skill. The most important component of ministry is not anointing. The most important component of ministry is not power. It's not influence. It's character. Number three, the greatest protection of ministry is character. What protects your ministry is your character. All those boys, all those police that you see them guiding them, even shows they don't have character. You see ministers of God with 21 police, 7 here, 7 here, 7 here. What you want to? You see bodyguards, shows they don't have character. Those entourage cannot protect them. In fact, they have those entourage because they don't have character. The only thing that protects a minister is character. Is character. Number four, your talents, your gift are only as safe as your character. Your talent, your gift are only as safe as your character. So, character is the container of your skills. Character is the container of your gifts. And character is the container of your talents. The container. So, if you break the container, you lose your talent, you lose your gifts. You need to understand that. This. Again, the foundation of character is values. You know, we talk on it in the first class, which produces morals. But the question is this: what produces values? Write it down. The foundation of ethics is law. And law is the source of culture. Law is the source of morality. Law produces moral. All laws produces morals. Whether written law, spoken law, unwritten law, everything feeds conscience. It produces moral. And you know, conscience is unspoken law. We'll talk on that when we get to the class. Conscience is the law shouting at you. And the law is the source of values. So, law interprets values and law establishes values. So, whenever you create a law, you've identified a value. That's why God gave us new law. We call it New Testament, Old Testament. The word testament means legal document. So we have the book of law, both Old and New. So because the moment he did that, it means he has identified a value as to how we should do things. And that's why contemporarily, what the first thing they need to build a nation is not the prime minister or the president. The first thing they need to build a nation is a constitution. It contains the ideal of that country. Let me don't go too far in that area. So, character is manifested when your values, your principles, and your morals are tested. I've told you that. No matter what you tell me about your character, only test can prove what it is. You can call test a lot of things, a lot of names. You can call it temptation, you can call it opportunity, call it anything. Test is test. And but your character is tested under pressure. Number 2, your character is manifested under pressure because you don't believe what you believe until you are tested to break it. So your convictions are tested are proven by tests, not by your pronouncement. So whatever you call yourself doesn't matter. When you get to a serious pressure, test, temptation, trial, challenges, suffering, then we know who you are. That's why they need to put Jesus on the cross. And they were saying, maybe you call yourself the Son of Man. Maybe you call yourself the King of Jew. Oh, you are talking now. Pressure. Maybe you say, please, I'm not again. Pressure. Later, when he said, Father, I commit my soul unto you, they say, this man is truly the Son of God. Because they saw what he went through. Can I ask you a question now? The Bible said 3 people on the cross. Though there were more than 3, but 3 were identified. One at the right, one at the left, and Jesus at the middle. But they did not beat the first and second. Why did they beat Jesus? Why that pressure? Why that pressure? Only Jesus, till he carried his cross to that place. Why that pressure? They didn't show us where they were beating the first and second now. Why that pressure? They wanted him to say no. That's why you should not read a person's you should not just read the person's resume. Read their life. Don't read a person because of the garment he or she wears. No, read their life. That somebody is by your side, manifesting the spirit, on jíṣẹ́, on quote the Bible, on sọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run, on quote the Bible lórí, on kọ́lẹ̀, fìyẹnlẹ̀. Read the life of that person. You will be amazed by what you see. That's why you too, go back home and work on yourself. What you call yourself doesn't matter. Who are you? So, get it written down that character is manifested when self-sacrifice becomes more important than popular compromise. Who you are is always tested by 2 things. Write it down. Who you are is always tested by 2 things. And 3 things, not 2. Should be 3. 3 things. 3 things test your character. Every time. Every time. Every time. Number 1, appetite. Which includes food, drink, and sex. The second one, fame. The third one, power. They say if you want to know who a man is or a woman is, give them power and money. See what they will do with it. If he said it's still cool, then he's a man of God. As I'm watching you, they give you money. They say, okay, madam, God has another prayer. Come and become the governor of this state. By the time we give you 2 or 3 months, you are still cool now. because you've not been tested. So it's important for you to know that you are going to be tested. You are going to be tested for you to know who you are. Now, I need to give you all these things. Let me give you a list of what I call the power of values. The power of values. Number one, values are better than rules. Number two, values are more important than rules. Number three, values outlives goals. Goals. Number four, values send a message. Number five, values must be identified. Number six, values must be accepted if they are going to work. Number seven, values must be believed. Number eight, your values shaped the organization, shaped your ministry, and shaped the nation. Number nine, values are personal, but they are never private. Number 10, values becomes a culture. Number 11, your values must be shared. Number 12, values attract values. Number 13, values becomes social norms. And number 14, values can create or destroy. Let me talk on number 12. Values attract values. What do I mean? Whatever your value system is becomes a magnet, and it attracts people just like those values. Your value attracts people like those values. If you are the type that values the mind, that has the mind of God, and that is your standard, that thing will now attract people that has the mind of God to you, and you become like you want to start a ministry now, and you are so, you don't have that value, because if they give you small money, you sell yourself. Before you know it, people that will be coming to you to be part of your ministry will be these people of the same caliber, the wayward people that can sell others because of money. So values attract value, and values repel values. That's what you need to understand. So your value speaks louder. They see you, they see your value. Let's talk a little bit about the values of leadership in ministry. The values a leader, a Christian must have as a minister is a value of faithfulness. Maybe I should write it down. The kind of value you must possess as a ministry leader. Value of faithfulness. Value of self-control. Value of steadfastness. Integrity. All these things answers to who you are. Integrity towards people you serve. Then number 5, personal integrity. Value of responsible communication. This list is very, very important. They must see this in you, that you are faithful as a ministry person, that you have self-control, you are steadfast, you have integrity, personal one and towards people you serve, then you communicate responsibly. You don't just talk anyhow. Then we have the value of maturity, the value of humility. All these are necessary. All these are necessary. Maturity, humility. All these are necessary. So you don't run a ministry without all these values. If you lose any one of them, you will crash. You are running a ministry, you are not humble, you are not matured. Little thing you react. You are not faithful to God and to men. You don't have self-control. You can't control your appetite. You eat anything, you have sex with anybody, anytime, anyhow. You have issues. Steadfastness. You are not straight. Integrity towards people you serve. Then personal integrity. Then responsible communication. You don't know how to communicate. Just talk anyhow. They will kill the gift of God in your life. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ti sọnù through this. Yeah, they are gifted, they have talent. God wants to send them to anywhere. God wants to make them send them to the whole world. But they will not go to the whole world without these values. And this builds your character. And you can't get all this without suffering. To get all these values, suffering comes first. Suffering through suffering, try out those things. Bring out those things. And without them, your ministry, the calling of God on you will never succeed. So we have a lot of things to, in fact, under normal condition, you are supposed to do a course on all these things differently, but not in this class. So that is why. So these are the values that a ministry leader, a ministry person, a minister of God, a kingdom citizen need to embrace and keep close to. Now, can I say a Christian or a believer, when a believer fails, what are the impacts? What are the impacts of a believer's failure? Or let me say, what is the impact of a believer's failure? You see, failing in ministry is not as great as failing to deal with that failure effectively. Can I write it down? Failing in ministry is not as great as failure to deal with that, with that failure, as failing to deal with that failure. Failing. Gbígbé èèyàn ṣubú kò lè tó pé kéèyàn má mọ nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe pẹ̀lú ìṣubú yẹn. Everybody fails at something. Do you believe that? Everybody has experienced disappointment in themselves, one way or the other. Everybody has embarrassed themselves or embarrassed others, one way or the other. So it's not new. Everybody has done something that and made them feel depressed, feel embarrassed, feel destabilized, think that they believe that, why is it me that did all this thing? So to fail is not the problem. But how you deal with that failure is a major thing. And I can say from experience that in Christendom, we've not been handling failure the way we should handle failure. So in this class, I'm going to give some specific instruction on how to handle failure. Not just for yourself, but to use it to help other people. Failure in leadership, in ministry, is really the closing of an account of trust. The moment you failed, people fail to trust you. They shut down the account of trust. Remember, you hand trust, you don't buy it. And people deposit on your account of integrity. The more they know you, the more they deposit on it. And the moment you fail, they close it down. That's why every time you have to improve on your character. So anytime you improve, they trust you more. Anytime you improve, they trust you more. But if you fail today, the character you used 50 years to build, the trust you used 50 years to build. The problem is, if you violate that trust, in 50 seconds, everything will come down. And that's the tragedy of failure. Trust is the currency of ministry. And the reason why so many ministers succeed. It's not your personality. It's not your power. It's not how you know how to speak. It's not your ability to influence people. It's not your position. It's not your money. It's not your clout. The key to ministry success is trust in leadership. People follow you because they trust you. See, people will tell you, I don't know, I talk to them, they don't want to follow me. I talk to them, they don't want to listen to me. Do they trust you? Do they trust you? That's it. So you need to go back home and do some sort of assignments. Do some things to make people trust you. I want to say this. If you fail, forgiveness is important. But forgiveness is not the restoration of trust. Forgiveness means I'm going to give you another chance to rebuild your trust account. But I will not trust you for now until I see the evidence. So your account is still empty, or they can't trust you until they see the evidence. So you need to understand that you must be aware that the moment you fall, number one thing you need to start thinking of is how to come up. Write this one down. It may take longer time to restore the account. To build your trust. So the best bet is to work harder to protect the account. Because to restore the trust takes time. Now, how to fail successfully? Write it down. Don't be disturbed. How to fail successfully. The first thing I can give you is I discover one thing about God. Whenever He chooses a leader, whenever He chooses a person to run a ministry, He gave a criteria for that job. The first criteria of ministry leadership is fear. He said, choose somebody that fears God. I don't care about his personality, academic excellence, achievement, skill, power to speak, communication. Forget it. If he doesn't fear God, don't choose him. If he doesn't fear his character, if he doesn't fear, his character will destroy what God is trying to build. That's why you need accountability. So, the major thing you need to understand is you must fear God. You must fear God. You must, when problems comes, face God. Daddy, I have committed an offense. For example, David, when he fell through the case of Uriah, do you know what he did? He came up openly. Openly, God, I have offended. It's only you I sinned against. He started reading Psalm 51. He was talking openly in the front of people. And God said, wow. So you could talk openly like this, I forgive you. You know what? He feared God. He feared God. He feared God. He feared God. Now, immediately you fall, number one thing you need to do, admit that you need help. Agree that you need help. Immediately you have mistake, you break your character. Admit that you need help. First do that. So please, how can I get help who have fallen? And that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Don't say, I know what you are doing. Don't give excuse. And I've committed offense. I need help. Don't stop asking, why didn't you come to help me? Narao. You can't help a man who doesn't need help. Or who doesn't think he needs help. You know, Apostle Paul says, if you are in the midst of people who don't want to admit they need help, don't associate with them. He says, leave them. Remove yourself from among your company. Number two, confess what you did. Confess it. Confess your violation. What you did. Confess it. You must confess that you see that you violated don't give reason for that for you to do it. Yes, sir, there's a reason for what I did. Ara! I've done it. I did it. I'm sorry. Just confess. Don't give reason. No. If you are trying to give reason for that mistake, it's like you are trying to say you are right. Don't give reason. No. It has happened. It has happened. Now, there is no justification for wrong. No. Confess it. Admit it. Take responsibility for it. That's all. That's all. Just like that. Because if care is not taken, it will destroy you. Number 3, you must identify a true and reliable authority in your life to be accountable to. Be accountable to somebody. Look for somebody, a mentor, or a very reliable somebody. Go to them and confess and confide in that person. Let that person be a mentor, not a mentor leader. Somebody can tell you you are not serious, you are going this way. Don't just be being fine, they should know now. Maybe they are in spirit, they should know. Maybe they are my mentor, they should know before I come to them. Go and confess and don't hide anything. Don't hide anything. Remember one thing, restoration does not begin with the restorer. Stop telling people, why didn't you come and help me? Why didn't you come to me? Maybe you know I have problem. Why didn't you come to me? Rather, go to them. You are the one that fell, not them. You are the one that needed help. Go to. It's huge. Yes. There should be no justification for wrong. Be careful. Be accountable to somebody. Confess yourself. Tell that person everything. 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 If you are ready to follow instruction, you will surely be restored. The person of authority, do you know they still have authority? Let them go and speak on your behalf. You know Peter now? You know when Peter messed up? He denied Jesus. Remember? I know the other 11 guys will be saying, Olomu. His gara is too much. Did you read how Peter was restored? Did you recognize who restored it? When there was a meeting called, the final board meeting that day, everyone was sure Peter cannot come. Peter will not the meeting. And if Peter come, they will have to attack him. But it was the skill of the leader. The leader said, tell Peter to go and prepare the table. Where is Peter? And Peter showed up. You know, you need to understand something. Look for somebody of authority to expose yourself. That person will speak on your behalf. Even that person can speak to God on your behalf. Number 4, I'll give you just number 4. There should be total submission. Totally, submit. With the readiness, with the mind to be restored. Not that whatever they do, I don't mind. I will go on my own way. Don't go on your own way. If you are going on your own way, you are going on your way to perish. Total submission to God and to man. To God and to man. God and to man. When authority brings you back, followers respect you. You know, some people have forgotten you for you committing that offense. They knew you, but you did not know. But when the authority that you did anything again, now pick you up again, you are okay, you are restored. The four people that have neglected you, they'll say, hey, it's been back. And you know, people don't read Bible again, they read us. So when you go back to the people, the community again, and start preaching Christ, they still respect you because they know you've rebuilt that trust. It's not that easy to work with them. Okay, let me recommend this book for you. Working. It's one of my book. How I've forgotten how difficult working with God. Working with God. Do you have that book there? Ah, let me see if I can get it. I'll recommend that book for you. Then possibly you can get a chapter of the book and read it very, very well. Very, very well. Because it's not easy, but God will make it easy for us in Jesus' name. So let me give you an assignment. This is why I want to stop on this class. I will give you an assignment. I'll give you an assignment, an assignment, an assignment, an assignment. An assignment so that you can be able to work and work and work on so many things. Now, going to the Old Testament. Check the, yes, let me see the book. This is a book. The pains and tears of walking with God. The pains and tears of walking with God. To walk with God. Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe o. And you can read this book very, very well. You get some things that will talk to you about how to endure suffering. If you see chapter 5, when God seems silent, that is verse 54. Page 54, sorry. When God seems silent, so many things happen. If you can get this book, go through it very, very well to teach you more on how to deal with God. Now, go through the Old Testament and write out 10 different men of God. 10 different men and women of God that fell. 1, 2, how they fell. Were they restored? Were they restored? Then how? Èèyàn mẹ́wàá ọkùnrin àti obìnrin tó ṣubú níwájú Ọlọ́run. Ṣégbà tó ṣubú ṣó dìde? Tó bá dìde padà pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run, báwo ló ṣe dìde? Kí ni process tó tẹ̀lé? Tí ò bá dìde, kí ló ṣe tí ò fi dìde? It's an assignment. 10 people. that fell. When he fell, he came back. How did he come back? When he fell, he did not come back. Wow. Explain. Mention the name, explain the incident, explain the results so that we can learn from it. Very, very important. We submit your assignment, we transfer it to assignment officer. You can see on the platform. We are this class, we transfer assignment to assignment officer. They go through it, they get back to you whether you're going to do it again or not. So be careful in doing assignment and do it properly. May God be with you. Thank you for this class. Bye. We'll meet next week.